What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another FC24 video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new content, some leaked content including one of my personal favorite promos coming back to FC24 that will hopefully invigorate some life into this game. But before we get to that, we are going to take a look at the brand new content today, and there isn't much. In fact, other than the season pass which I covered in the video, annotated there or here or here or there, there's only 3 SBCs today with no evolutions, and those SBCs are the brand new marquee matchups, which does give you a mega pack for completing it, which is quite nice. It's Brest versus Marseille for an Electrum players pack, Lazio against Bologna for a mixed players pack, Valencia against Sevilla for a prime mixed players pack, and Manchester City versus Chelsea for a kit, which is actually a pretty cool kit to be fair. And a rare mixed players pack. So even though the mega pack for the overall reward is quite nice, the individual packs are unfortunately not ideal. It's still probably worth exchanging your untradeable fodder that you've got in the club for these tradable packs, because on the off chance that you hit an inform or a walkout and you can get 20, 30, 40,000 coins back, it's just going to be worth it. So I would certainly still do marquee matchups. I think in spite of the fact it's been nerfed massively over the years, it's still one of the best ways to basically exchange your untradeable fodder for tradable fodder and coins. If you want to be able to afford the best players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EAFC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. They already offer some of the best prices out there, but you can get an extra 6% off using promo code NEP at checkout. And so with that, guys, we have 2 other SBCs today. They are both player SBCs. One of them is a Player of the Month SBC that we're going to look at first because I actually really like it. It is Dennis Unav. He has got high-low work rates, a 5-star weak foot, and finesse shot plus. And although he does only have 3-star skill moves, and we've talked a lot this recently about the power curve of this game and where does this guy fit and where does that guy fit, I actually think because of Unav's other properties, he's good. He can play striker, centre forward, and cam. He's got really good shooting. He's got very good dribbling with 94 composure and really good physical. Yes, 3-star skill moves are a bit of a pain and his pace isn't ideal, but he has got finesse shot plus chip shot and power shot, which I think people are really cottoning in onto now as well, that it's very, very good. He's also got acrobatic and technical. Obviously, technical is a really, really good play style. His passing is also very good for a striker with 93 vision, 87 short pass, 90 curve, which will help massively with that finesse shot. And I think, obviously, depending on how you play, a Hunter Chem style on him, I believe is lengthy. Oh, he's controlled, I beg your pardon. Hunter Chem style on him gets him 90 acceleration, 91 sprint speed, which is very good, especially with technical. And then basically 99 across the board in all the relevant shooting stats with great composure, very good ball control, and just generally decent dribbling. But again, technical really helps with that, right? And so, although, like, if you've got Eusebio, you're not dropping him for Unav. If you've got Team of the Year strikers, you're not dropping them for Unav. The thing that I like with this card, and where I think EA have generally missed the mark massively with a lot of cards, the price. It's only 2 segments. It's an 83 rated squad for a gold pack. Obviously nice and easy, nice and cheap. And then an 84 rated squad with an inform. Nice and easy, nice and cheap. It's about like 40,000 coins all in. You obviously get the 2 packs back in the 87, but I think even though like 40k, would he be 40k on the market? He probably wouldn't be. Maybe he would be. Maybe be in that sort of like 25, 30, 35 range, perhaps, right? Because of finesse shot plus specifically. But if EA just made all SBCs crazy affordable, I think 3 things would happen. No. Yeah, 3 things would happen. First of all, people would just be happy because, like, you're giving them very well-priced SBCs that don't get into anyone's team. And as a byproduct of that, because people would be happy with it, they would do them more. And they'd either just use them as other fodder, which is fine. Alternatively, they would be inclined to actually try using the card. If, like, let's not take Unav for an example. We'll go somewhere else in a moment. But this Undav's like reasonably priced. And it's a good enough card to the point where I'll be like, let me just put him in for a game or 2 and see. Just see, because I can do him for cheap enough. He's got banging shooting with banging composure, a 5-star weak foot, finesse shot plus. Let me just try. and you might love him. You might not. You might be like, oh, what a waste. But you tried him. And that's where I think this game is missing that certain thing. And so the third thing that would end up happening, first thing is people would be happy. Second thing is people would actually try new players. Third thing is that EA would actually take loads of cards and coins off the market because people would do SBCs. Like, most likely, not very many people will do this SBC unless they're like Stuttgart fan, Bundesliga collector, Player of the Month collector, or way back, right? That's about the pool of people that are going to do this SBC. If this card was just an 83 rated squad, everybody would do this SBC. And so if we look at like another, let's say, recent SBC, before we go to the proper one, let's take someone who's like genuinely, like this Rodrigo de Paul. This is barely an upgrade. It is an upgrade, but it's barely an upgrade on his 88 rated card. It's not a live card. It's good, but not worth trying to get because of how expensive it is. And I'm not necessarily saying every SBC needs to be, 10k, right? That's also like a bit crazy. But this card's 230,000 coins, and that's or rather an 87, an 86, and an 84. If EA just made this 283s and 284s with a couple of informs, it's all of a sudden not even the fact that it's 100k. It's the fact that people look at it and go, oh, well, that's really affordable. Like 283s, whatever, I throw that away every day. 284 rated squads with a couple of informs. Okay, the informs might be a bit tricky, but that's a really good price for this card. Do you know what? Let me do this card. Let me see how he is in game. I'll replace my Zidane for him for a little while because, just for a few games to try him out. And I think it would actually inspire people to try and create new teams because the value of the player is worthwhile compared to the landscape of the game. So the other SBC that we have got today is Matthias Sulley. This is an interesting card to me because it's not super expensive. It's an 84 rated squad with an inform. And exactly the sort of card where I'd look at it, and if it was an 84 rated with an inform and had 80 in positioning and vision, I'd be sitting here looking at this card being like, hey, you know what, that's worth a try. But for me, it's like, it feels like EA are on purpose trying to make cards worthless. And it doesn't make sense because that Unav is a great price for a very good card. Yet this Sulley, like, we're going to lean into like some like the further part of the discussion now as well, right? But Sulley is 4-star, 4-star, which is really nice. He's got good pace. He's got good dribbling. He's got great stamina. He's got good passing, but terrible vision. And as we well know, it's like vision almost controls everything below that passing stat. If you've got 99 short passing but 20 vision, you can make really good passes in a really small range. The range of vision is so important to make the passes. And then shooting, like the shooting stats themselves are quite good, especially when you're in control of the player, it doesn't matter. But because his positioning is bad, he will not be in the right positions that you expect them to be in whilst you're playing the game. And when you look at his play styles, he doesn't have any good shooting play styles. He's got chip shot. He's got incisive pass, which I like. He's got technical and quick step, which I like a lot. And he's got rapid plus, which I like a lot. So I do actually quite like his play styles quite a lot. But that positioning and vision is so weird. And the reason why this particular card is very weird to me and very strange and has me a bit confused with what EA are doing is because this guy already has a better evolution. Well, it's certainly not worse. Let's put it that way. The evolution card, now you can't do it now. And that's something we're going to talk about in just a moment because it's going to be something I'll talk about deeply in like an Evo deep dive that I'm going to go through. But if you cared about this guy, you've got a Sulley with 4-star, 5-star and Trivela Plus, which straight away is just better, right? He's also got power shot, which is better. He's still got technical, and he's still got quick step or rapid, whichever one that is. Yeah, rapid. He just doesn't have the plus version of that, and he's got acrobatic. Fair enough. When it comes to the stats, he's a bit slower, which does make a difference. But me personally, I'd play this card at central cam anyway. I wouldn't play it at right wing, or I'd play it as like if you play 4-2-3-1. I'd play it on wide cam because pace is important, but it's not the be all and end all. He's got better shooting across the board, apart from they've got the same finishing. He's got better passing across the board. He's got better dribbling, mostly, other than reactions and composure. Now, it is fair to say reactions and composure are very important attributes. So dribbling is kind of like a 50-50. Like he's got way better agility and balance on the Evo card, way better ball control and dribbling, but way worse reactions and composure. He's got worse defending, but literally who cares? And then he's got worse physical, but stamina only by 2. And then jumping, strength, and aggression. They're relevant stats, but they're not premium stats, you know? So there's a lot, like, I'm not going to say the Evo card is necessarily better, but it's not worse. It did cost 200,000 coins in Evos, which also has to be factored in. But it doesn't make sense to me that EA are giving it the Sulley Evo card. Sorry, the Sulley Foot Birthday card. Sorry, Foot Birthday. Man, these cards make me feel like Foot Birthday cards sometimes. The Sulley Future Stars card, basically give or take the same as the Evo card. Like, people that have got this Evo card, which I would be shocked if there are any, right? But people that have got this card, like, you probably look at that Future Stars card now and think, what's the point? Like, the least EA could have done is make this card have either 4-star, 5-star to match up with the Future Stars card, sorry, the Evo card. Alternatively, they could have given 2 Playstyle Pluses, because that's new power curve. And I'm personally really happy at the moment, like the way they're releasing SBCs. If you're releasing somebody with low stats and low overall rating, give them 2 Playstyle Pluses. Difference. If you want to make them high stats and high overall rating, give them 1 Playstyle Plus. That's fine too. If this guy was like, just had the 1 Playstyle Plus, but was 90 or 91 rated, I'm sitting here going, this is an amazing card. It's better than the card that it was. It's worth trying out, especially if you're like a Frosinone fan. Maybe you're building an Argentine squad. Happy days. Or if it's exactly the same here, but he's got Rapid Plus and then Power Shot Plus as well. I'm sitting here saying this is amazing, because it's better than the Evo card, because he's got 2 Playstyle Pluses and he's got a premium Playstyle Plus with it. And so I think it's on EA now to, like, instead of trying to keep putting the toothpaste back in the toothpaste, the toothpaste back in the bowl, so to speak, like you can make these cards desirable without making them get up towards that Team of the Year level. With that being said, so that was just the new content today. I really like Dennis Unav. In fact, let me go into Footbin. I want to see his voting on Footbin. I mean, it's unanimously downvoted massively. And I like, oh wow, it's up to 50k. Okay. Once again, like, if this was like a 20k card, if this was just an 83 rated squad, I think people are like, yeah, let me give that a shot. And I don't actually think he's that horrendous. I really don't. Like I say, I think with a Hunter, great pace, great shooting, good physicals, good passing for a striker, good dribbling with great composure, 5-star weak foot, finesse shot plus, power shot as well. Like, I honestly think this is the sort of card that, again, one of 3 things. Either make it, I didn't think it was, I thought it was in the 35 to 40k range. I didn't realize it was up to 50k. I think that does make a difference, but either make it like 20k, or give him 2 Playstyle Pluses, or make him like 90 rated with 1 Playstyle Plus, right? Or give him 4-star, 5-star instead. Because if that's probably why he's downvoted. If he was 4-star, 5-star, I reckon this card would be massively sought after. I really do. I think it would be massively sought after. However, the other thing that I wanted to talk about today, well, 2 other things actually. First of all, we have had a relative dump of the Future Stars coming. Mukoko, this was released by EA actually, so this is guaranteed confirmed stats. 91 pace, 89 dribbling, 88 shooting, 81 passing, 80 physical, 2 Playstyle Pluses, acrobatic and technical, a premium one, and then one that I guess we just haven't really figured out as a community yet how to utilize by way of acrobatic. We are getting Bull as an 89 rated, or, well, Bull coming as a Future Stars. Stats here are not confirmed. We are getting Cole Palmer. I know a lot of people were unhappy he wasn't in Team 1. We're getting Nico Williams. He has cards like every year. Generally, they tend to be quite good. I mean, Iñaki Williams has cards every year as well, doesn't he? We're having Salma Paraluelo. If I remember correctly, she was phenomenal in the World Cup. Yeah, if she has a card like that, especially if she has 2 playstyles, she could be one of the absolute priority cards, because that card looks ridiculous. And then we're also getting Hemp as an SBC. Now, if she comes with Whip Pass Plus like she should, and then another good playstyle, oh, this could be this could be another SBC that I genuinely think like moves the needle a little bit. Might be a side grade for some, maybe even more than some, but I do think it will move the needle a little bit, because she will have great pace, great dribbling, very good shooting and passing, and great play styles and play style pluses. So Future Stars Team 2 could be really, really good. Looks like we're getting a Cannavaro as well. Looks like we're getting a Salma Basha as well. We know about Mukoko already. Rasmus Højlund as well is going to be coming. We knew already Jota is going to be winning Player of the Month, of course. However, the thing that I am currently most excited about, guys, based on what I've seen today from Scoreboard, is Fantasy FC. First and foremost, even since Ones to Watch first got introduced to the game, even though they haven't actually been great, generally speaking, which is why EA done away with them, fantasy cards, live cards, are the best types of cards in this game. They get people engaged in this game to the point where, like, even those like, what were they? The cards that we just had, the Road to the Finals, right? The cards that were the objective players for the Road to the Final, even though they are pretty garbage, I still look at those cards, one of them, and like Dick's actually now we can't use because like he's not going to be able to get any upgrades. But I look at these cards. It wasn't this one, was it? And I'm like, damn, what if David Neres? What if his Road to the Final card, which was an objective card, what if he ends up getting a whole bunch of upgrades and ends up being that card that you look back on and you're like, oh damn, he's actually mad. And the fact that Fantasy Foot is coming, I remember this promo and I just remember it so fondly because, and I went back and looked, this was the upgrade path, right? You got the card, got the campaign launch where it already had a boost. Some got massive boost, some didn't. And you can see here, this came out in March last year. We're getting it in February this year. This is confirmed to be the next promo, right? So we're going to have one more week of Foot Birthday. Then we're going to have Fantasy Foot. Campaign launch, they got an +1 upgrade if they got 1 win in the next 6 games. They got a +1 upgrade if they got 3 appearances in the next 6 games. They got +1 upgrade if an attacker or midfielder got 2 goals or assists, and as a defender or goalkeeper got 2 clean sheets in the next 6 games. And then they got a +1 upgrade and 3 new traits if they avoided defeat in the next 6 games. So I anticipate we'll get something quite similar, where it's 1 win, 3 appearances, goals, assists, clean sheets. But then instead of giving +1s, maybe a playstyle plus, skill move, weak foot. And I think EA would do well as well to, instead of give a +1 skill move or a +1 weak foot, take it to minimum 4-star skill moves. Like, like if you have got less than 4-star skill moves, you go 2 4-star skill moves. If you have got 4-star skill moves, you go 2 5-star skill moves. And the same with weak foot, because that way it can turn some of those like 3-star midfielders into 4-star beasts, or 3-star 2-star midfielders into 4-star 4-star beasts. And it could inject just some really fun life back into some cards. And obviously we have evolutions. If we got an evolution as well, imagine an Evo where you Evo the card up, and then based on that club's performances, it gets further upgrades. That would be amazing. EA have got an opportunity here to actually reinvigorate some life into what is a very much dying FC24. And it's also interesting that they've accelerated the pace of this promo from a month behind, like a month in front of where it was last year, because it kind of indicates that maybe there's something new coming. Like we got this in March last year, we're getting it February this year. Like maybe something new's coming. But whether it is or isn't, I love Fantasy Foot. And I started reminiscing about some of the players. We obviously had the Christian Eriksen era player last year. And then we had some of the beast players, Rashford, St. Maximin, Dembele. But there was some of the players that I really, really liked. Which one was... Marlon was quite a good one. I'm still one old man. Who was... Oh, yeah, Martinelli I absolutely loved, obviously. There was one player... Oh, I think it was this Perisic. He was still at Inter. Yeah, it was this Perisic. I guess because he was an SBC, I did him. And he did eventually get his 98 rated showdown card as well. But this Perisic was a delight to play with. 4-star, 5-star, only had the flare trait. But these were stats of a card. I don't actually know when he got the upgrades, to be fair. And obviously it's over a 6-game period, so it might take long. But like I say, like it's one of those things, like with the Road to the Finals. And like with the... Let's have a look at the Road to the Final cards that we've got right now. Like even right now, like obviously we've got the games are going on right now, right? Bayern lost, so Kimmich can only get
one upgrade for qualifying for the quarterfinals. He's missed out on this first one. Pedri we haven't seen yet. Jesus we haven't seen yet. This Jesus going to a 91 is going to be crazy. And look, +1 play style plus for Jesus. Like he could be mad by the end of it. Tony Kroos is going to get to a 91. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. We've got Martinez SBC that's still there now. Horan for Lyon, who are very good. Donnarumma, who's going to get the +1 up to a 90, but a goalkeeper, whatever. But I'm more interested in like looking at the objective cards, which was Galeno, I believe so. I've been Boshagli as well, actually, and Neres and Dix. I think it was those ones. But even like this Guendouzi, you know, like these are the cards where, like, in the moment, you look at Guendouzi and you're like, it's an all right card. He's got some all right stats, but let's say Lazio go and win it all. You've got a 90 rated Guendouzi of 2 playstyle pluses, 5-star, 4-star, and probably cracked stats. And that in that moment, you're looking at it going, oh my days, how did I like sleep on this card? This card is phenomenal. And so I love the live items, and I really love the fantasy live items. There was a few cards I think that were. Didn't we have fantasy heroes as well? Yeah, Nani didn't get an upgrade. Donny van der Beek didn't get an upgrade. Yusuf Altal didn't get an upgrade, but imagine this Nani with an upgrade. 11k by the end of the game, obviously, but was it the captains and the heroes that were the other fantasy cards? Or was that a different promo too? I know the heroes had fantasy cards, didn't they? I can't remember if the captains was... No, captains was its own promo. It wasn't the fantasy stuff. Fantasy upgrade, fantasy. I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure that... Well, I know for a fact the heroes did. Al-Awaran. In fact, let me... I want FC 23 or FIFA 23. Al-Awaran. Fantasy hero. I mean, he ended up getting the 97 rated footies card back when... Well, to the point where everyone already had like cracked teams and nobody cared. But yeah, this card got upgraded massively. Fancy Heroes 2. Papa, Morientes, Alawaran, Park Ji-sung. He was much sought after. Okocha, Di Natale, Marquez, and Kaut. And again, it was fun because they got those upgrades and it made a big difference. And Papan's regular hero card last year, his World Cup hero card last year, I got on the RTG. I loved it. Like, again, it's one of those like Dennis Undav style cards where it's like, doesn't really have much about him, but for some reason he's just buried everything for me. And then this fantasy one was as equally as good. So I'm hoping, guys, that fantasy, where were we? Fantasy FC here. I'm hoping, because we're obviously getting heroes as well, as you can see by the card design there. I'm really hoping that this promo injects great life back into this game. And EA, if you are watching and if you're sitting there, maybe you're not scratching your heads trying to figure out like how to do better at this game. Maybe you're happy with where you're at. But if you are sitting there scratching your heads, I tell you something for nothing, right? If you make SBCs, at least non-premium SBCs, considerably cheaper, I guarantee you people will be over the moon. And I guarantee you we would start seeing people just using other teams because they are so easily achievable. So maybe something to think about. But for today, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know down below. Peace.